Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. How can I help you?
I need some information. It's regarding the space elevator. When does the next space elevator leave for Lunar 5?
Twice a day, sir, at exactly 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Arrival of the returning shuttle is always half an hour before next departure, going up again.
Thank you. Is it safe to ride with this thing?
Please rest assured that the space elevator is a state-of-the-art shuttle and was built according to the latest research of materials and track engineering. In our more than 10 years of operation, we didn't have a single incident.
How long does it take to get there?
A one-way ride takes 5 hours and 35 minutes.
And you? Did you use it already?
Me? Oh no, for heaven's sake, I would never ride with it.
No? But why not?
Because it's far too dangerous.
But you just told me that you didn't have a single incident in more than 10 years.
Of course, the space elevator is absolutely safe. When it comes to the passengers, well... You know when you get pushed into your seat during takeoff and forces of gravity 9 times your own body weight are pressing you down, that's not completely harmless.
Well, that sounds really comforting. Something else. Can you sell me a ticket, please?
I would love to. Did you bring your lottery winner confirmation statement?
No. What kind of lottery confirmation are you talking about?
Right now, there's a winter season at Luna 5.
Aha. And that means?
The whole station is reserved for the lucky winners of the state lottery.
So there is no way for the general population to buy a ticket?
Unfortunately, no. Not during winter season.
Ah. And when does it end? Winter's season, that is.
To be perfectly honest, sir, that I don't really know. The computer just tells me it's winter season. I have to ask you to direct any inquiries regarding this matter directly to the corporate offices of Lunar 5 Holding.
Yeah, well, that's too bad.
I'm sorry about that. Can I book you a different holiday spot instead?
No, I don't think so. Thank you. Something else. I have one more question.
That's what I'm here for, sir.
That's it right now. Thank you very much. But I don't want to drink by myself. The scanner would like to have my security ID. The scanner would like to have my security ID. This scanner would like to have my ticket. I would need the key. This key opens Mr. Greenberg's drawer. Better not carry it around very long. If Mr. Greenberg ever finds out, I'm definitely fired. There you go. The key fits. If Mr. Greenberg ever finds out, I'm fired. I just have to make sure that he's not gonna find out. I'll get him a new one, and nobody will ever know. The scanner would like to have my ticket. Once a year, we get one of these free flight checkbooks for maintaining the telescreens. Most of my co-workers have used one of these checks to go secretly on vacation. Mr. Greenberg never found out, but of course, it's possible that he just didn't say anything. Who knows? In any case, I have to replace these checks. All right, let's start. Good morning, sir.
Hello, what can I do for you?
My name is Peter Wright. I would like to ask you a few questions if you have a few minutes for me.
Yes, why not? I am Dr. Price. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Wright.
I would like to ask some questions about the SETI.
Okay, no problem, that's a good idea.
How is this institute financed, would you know?
Are you sure you're not from a government funding department or something?
Absolutely sure. I was just wondering, how do you maintain this kind of site? I mean, the equipment looks very expensive, and the SETI is probably not making huge profits, right?
Do you know that retrieving knowledge is much more important than retrieving money? And we are lucky that some big companies, which mainly belong to the government, are significantly supporting our project. 20 years ago, we got a new computer network and completely new hardware. Since then, we've kept up to date with the latest updates.
That is really generous. Which companies are we talking about?
Everybody who's anybody. Cubichem, Lunar 5 Consortium, United Bank Trust, Cargo Services, United Communications Services.
Wow. We're talking really only big business here. And what do these companies get in return for their support for the SETI program?
Do you begrudge us support for our work?
Oh no, not at all. I'm just asking myself, what kind of interest in your work here could these companies possibly have?
They are supporting us because they support the idea of free research.
If that's true, that would certainly be nice. But I believe that companies always have one main reason: money. Or maybe a strategic advantage.
Maybe they're looking for an advertising effect by offering us their products for use. It's all the same to us. We just want to be able to do our work.
What does frequent updates mean?
That means that technicians come by every few months and check our system for one whole week. The whole parabolic unit is now being automatically programmed on search sectors. We only provide the programmers with the data sets, and they then integrate them into the global net console. The rest is automatic.
That means you here at the Institute don't have to feed your system with any data or information yourself, right?
Right. All we do is filter the results. The system works according to our guidelines, but is otherwise completely autonomous. It's extremely practical and minimizes the error quota to almost zero.
Does that mean you don't even need to employ any technicians anymore?
No, no one. We are happy that we don't have to deal with the technology anymore, you know.
Is that the reason why the second floor is cordoned off today?
Yes, that's right. The programmers and technicians of Communication Services are now up there. They are now working on the system update for the week, and then we'll have trouble-free operations for the next few months.
What do you think? Could I watch for a little bit? I'm just curious how this works.
I'm sorry, but that's not possible. I had to turn away a man recently because of that. Our systems are extremely sensitive and only specialists can enter the hardware rooms.
And you're not even allowed in yourself?
No, I don't know enough about the technology up there anymore. The progress is just too immense to be able to keep up. We're just interested in the results, and they are top.
Can I ask you something else? There's something else. What is this site used for?
What? How do you mean that exactly? Is that a kind of control question? Are you from the government funding department or something? We already had to let 5 people go just last year, and I'll personally chain myself to the entrance gate if you...
No, don't worry. I'm asking out of curiosity only. You know how tourists are.
Okay, you're a visitor? That's interesting.
Sure, of course. So,
What?
I asked you a question.
Oh, right. The SEDI. You have to excuse me, but the computers are being checked up there, and I'm even more nervous than I normally am. So, where was I?
The SEDI.
Yes. The SEDI investigates space for possible existing signal transmissions of extraterrestrial intelligence and civilizations. We direct our radio telescope at specific sections of the sky and wait for signals to check them for regularities or patterns. And we drink coffee, a lot of coffee.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. Maybe you want to cut down on that.
Oh, yes. You noticed, did you?
And did you find something already?
Oh, we find thousands of extremely promising signals every month. Many of them have such a complex structure that it takes us months to analyze them.
And did something ever come out of that?
We don't know about that.
What do you mean you don't know that?
Well, we can't be sure that the signals that we are getting are actually signals. Even the background radiation of the universe could contain a code that we only interpret as static, because we simply don't have the analysis methods to decipher it. But we don't just listen, you know. We also send a signal ourselves. It contains basic information on humankind in a logically constructed sequence.
But so far, nobody ever answered, right?
No. If we are lucky, we could expect an answer in a couple of 100,000 years.
Do you yourself believe in aliens?
Believe? You're asking me? Believe? What do you think?
Oh, that means no?
I don't just believe, my friend. I know that they are out there. They are already among us, swarming out every day and investigating our planet.
Is that right? That sounds as if I've heard that somewhere already. How do you come up with these things?
I have seen one of the UFOs myself. At night, in front of my neighbor's window. Unfortunately...
You didn't have a camera handy?
Exactly. How did you know that?
Intuition.
Do you know that the UFO actually radiated a red light too? An intensive red light. I don't think it would have worked out to take a photo anyway. And, shall I tell you something? My neighbor disappeared after that UFO incident. Just disappeared. I guess they took him with them to do research on his anatomy.
And to cross him with our vegetables.
You can never cross that out completely.
Can I ask you something else? There's something else. I would like to ask a question about a visitor you had here. He must have been here a few days ago. A certain Graham Oswald. He's a journalist.
Oswald? Never heard of him.
I have his picture. Here. It was taken here at the SEDI. Right in front of your parabolic dish. Can you see?
Oh, yes! That man! I remember him. But he wasn't called Oswald. He said his name was Drake.
You still know this?
Of course. It's exactly the same name as our Drake from SEDI, you know. An important researcher from the last millennium. I asked the man if he was related to him.
But he wasn't, of course. He gave you a fake name. His name is definitely Oswald. What did he want here, do you know?
Well, you'll laugh. He wanted to go up to the computer room, too. But I didn't let him, of course, since we had the technicians up there. He was very disappointed. I offered to give him a tour of the site so that he didn't come here for nothing.
And? Did he accept your offer?
Well, it was rather strange. We stood at the parabolic dish, and I told him about the technical details, and suddenly, he was no longer standing next to me.
And where did he go then? Did you find each other later?
No, he was gone. Disappeared. I don't even know how long I'd been talking to myself for.
What else did you notice about him?
He looked somewhat alarmed.
Alarmed? What do you mean?
Frantic, nervous, pale, as if he'd heard or seen something terrible.
But you can't imagine what that could have been by any chance.
No, I'm sorry. He was rather confused. And then he forgot his bag.
What was that? He forgot his bag. Where is it?
In the souvenir shop. Paul's got it.
I'm a friend of the family. I'll bring it back to his wife, okay?
A friend?
Yes, a friend. We're neighbors. You can ask his wife if you want. You want me to give you the messenger number?
Oh no, that'll be fine. Just go over. I'll tell Paul to expect you.
Can I ask you something else? I have a question for you personally.
For me? Oh, if you want.
What exactly is it you do here?
I work here. You know, earn my living and so on. Well, to be more precise, I don't actually work here to earn my living. That too, of course, but not just. Not even mainly, but secondarily, but that's not important. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I do. That means you're doing this here because you love it. How did you get that kind of job?
How you get such a job? Oh, that's actually quite simple. You just need straight A's in all mathematical and scientific subjects, an IQ of 130 or above, very few social contacts in a computer.
On most counts, I would be eligible, I think.
You mean top scientific qualifications?
Rather the part about the only few social contacts and the computer.
Well, that's the first step.
It was a joke, okay?
Oh, I understand. That's amusing.
Never mind. Forget about it. Tell me, you didn't hear by any chance about the Alien Attack Club in New York, did you?
Of course. Those are the especially talented young men. They've carried out numerous hacker attacks on our telescope, as far as I know. Extremely professional and adept work. We only tracked them down with the help of the internal firewall.
That's very interesting. And didn't you report them to the authorities?
Me? But why? They are real fans of our work. Amazing. If I were 10 years younger, I'd...
Do illegal things together with them. Can I ask you something else? I have a question for you personally.
For me? Oh, if you want.
I'm gonna look around some more. Thank you for now, Doctor.
No problem.
That's the surface of Mars. I think that's one of the pictures they took during this Mars mission at the beginning of the century. Fascinating. Maybe it's a supernova. Well, here's some background information about the SETI. The Institute consists of this eavesdropping system, the exhibition building, and the observatory for kids. This parabolic dish has to measure at least 1,200 feet in diameter. With this, you can hear every single word. This building is really gigantic, really impressive. A mysterious door. Behind it, there's probably the control room for the parabolic system. It says no entry. I wouldn't buy them either. Wow. Life-size alien figures. An express photo machine. From the 20s, I would guess. I can remember Patrick and me sometimes taking snapshots in these things. Nice, these balloons. Very charming. Let's see. He really carried a bunch of weird stuff with him. Needle and thread and knife, and I think that's an old video cam. Where did I see this thread before? I was holding something in my hand that was made of it. A knife. Darn sharp. Why was Mr. Oswald carrying a knife? He was probably quite afraid. Mr. Oswald's bag. He forgot it at the SETI. A coordinate.
Here is the voice box of Deborah. Please try again.